Mouse, I'm trying to record. That's really gross. I don't like this shirt. Hello! I'm here! I moved! I look so washed out right now. It's okay. Hello, my name is Cameron. If you aren't aware, I have been through an extended absence on this channel, and I am back to talk to you while my cat bathes in the background. Yes, so I've been gone. Mouse, just cool it. What have I been up to? I'm in the college process. I'm applying to colleges. That's crazy. I've been making videos on this channel since I was 10 years old.
Okay, stop.
And now I'm like applying to college. I want to learn every language. I think that language is so cool. And I want to major in linguistics because language is something that comes so naturally to people, but when you actually like look at the logical components behind how we talk, it kind of feels like you're being let in on a little secret. And then when you look at like discrepancies between languages and like what that says about the cultures and like, I love it so much. The ancient Greeks, they didn't have a word for blue. It was just light and dark. So like, you know, how did the ancient Greeks describe the ocean? How'd they describe the sky? Like how, like, I don't know. I think it's so cool. I think I talked about this in a video before, but you can use the word had 11 times in a row and still have a grammatically correct sentence. While my friend had a better effect on the teacher. I've been speaking Spanish like basically my whole life, but in the last couple of years, I've really devoted myself to like learning the grammar. My teacher last year especially, like I would go in and talk to her a lot because I wanted to like get better at speaking and whatever. And I would say like, what is the correct way to conjugate for this specific instance? And she was like, honestly, I'm not sure. I just do how it like kind of sounds right. And I was like, you are super valid. I want to learn the grammar. And then I ended up being directed to another teacher who was like really good with grammar, and I'm like, imagine getting excited about grammar. I don't know. I think that the beginning process of learning a language is really hard and hard to move past because it is like the beginning process of anything where you just feel completely clueless. That's an unsettling feeling, and it's especially unsettling when the area that you struggle in is communication. I get very nervous when I start speaking Spanish. So I'm still not very good at that. My writing, my listening, speaking ain't there. I had a job over the summer where I had a coworker whose first language was Spanish, and you know, his English was about as good as my Spanish, so we ended up primarily just speaking in Spanish. I would talk to him for like, I don't know, 8 hours in Spanish, and it started to like feel okay, and then I stopped doing that, and now I am not very good at it. I think what is really weird, but a really good skill to have is circumlocution. Circumlocution is, you know, talking around, this is the around motion. Talking around what you're trying to say because you don't actually know the word for it. It's better to say like, me siento en el lugar en que duermo en la noche. That would be better than saying, me siento en mi bed. Circumlocution, however, is a task in and of itself. I was telling a story to someone about how when I was a baby, I was crawling and I like knocked over a candlestick and it fell and it was bad, basically. I realized that I just didn't know a lot of the vocabulary needed to tell that story. So I was like, a candle, right? And so a table for a candle, but a skinny table, and not a table because it would go on the floor, and they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't want to say it in English. I didn't know how to say push, so I just kind of froze for a second, and I went, I touched it hard and it fell. And they were like, what? So I write in Hebrew characters sometimes on my like notes because I don't know, I guess it's like a secret code. And I was just writing about how I was having a really bad day. I didn't realize that the girl next to me could totally read what I was saying and took a pencil and wrote like, I'm sorry you're having a bad day in Hebrew on my sheet. And I was like, what? That's another thing that's really fun about language. A shared language is just such like an instant connection. I've got a subscriber named Arctic Zeppelin who is, I love my subscribers. Arctic Zeppelin, just for you. I want to make a video in Spanish. Pero sí, hay muchos cambios en mi vida, pero es normal porque la vida es llena de cambios. Me siento muy mal porque pienso que mi gato, la misma cosa. Pienso que se baña demasiado porque es o está muy estresado y quiero hablar con un doctor. Is there anything else? I don't know. Yeah, this video didn't have much of a point. I was just thinking like, oh, maybe I will throw together some outtakes from recording the Shostakovich videos, and then I realized, stop. Stop uploading outtakes. You did 2 of those in a row, and then you did the actual thing, and then you would do that again, make a real video. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this now. Yeah, let me know what you want me to talk about, let me know what you want me to do. I really do listen. Yeah, we'll call it there. Bye, adios, shalom, annyeonghaseyo, but I'm not that. Mouse is now asleep. If I'd started the video now, he would have been asleep, but it also would have looked like he was dead on my bed because he's not sleeping very prettily. I love you so much. I'll turn off the lights. You can go to sleep. Good night, buddy. Goodbye. While my friend had, oh my fucking god.